The wilderness stretched wide before them, a vast and endless land. The people of Yisrael had walked for weeks since crossing the sea, their feet pressing into the hot sand, their journey led only by the cloud by day and the fire by night. They had seen wonders, water brought from a rock, bread from the heavens, victory against their enemies. Yet they had not yet known what it meant to be truly set apart. Then, at last, they came to the foot of a great mountain. Its peak rose high into the sky, its rugged cliffs standing unmoved through time. This was Mount Sinai, the place where the Most High had called Moshe to bring his people. Here, in this sacred place, they would receive his covenant, his commands, his instructions for life. The people set up camp, their tents forming a great assembly at the base of the mountain. Fathers gathered their children, pointing toward the towering peak. Mothers whispered among themselves, their eyes wide with wonder. They all knew something was about to happen. Moshe stood before them and spoke the words given to him by Elohim. "You have seen what I did to the Mitzrayites, how I bore you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. Now, if you will indeed obey my voice and guard my covenant, you shall be my treasured possession among all nations. You shall be to me a kingdom of priests, a set-apart nation." The people listened, their hearts stirred within them, and with one voice they answered, "All that Elohim has spoken, we will do." Moshe climbed the mountain, his feet pressing into the rough stone, his breath slow and steady as he ascended into the presence of the Most High. Elohim spoke again, commanding the people to prepare themselves. "Go to the people and set them apart today and tomorrow. Let them wash their garments and be ready for the third day. For on the third day I will come down upon Mount Sinai in the sight of all the people." The message spread through the camp. The people bathed, cleansed their garments, and purified themselves. A hush fell over the assembly. Fathers whispered to their children, telling them to stay back, for no one was to touch the mountain upon which Elohim would descend. Mothers pressed their hands over their hearts, their eyes lifted toward the sky. And then the third day arrived. The morning light broke over the horizon, but the sky soon darkened. A thick cloud descended upon the mountain, rolling over the cliffs like smoke from a great fire. Thunder shook the air, echoing through the valley. The earth trembled beneath their feet. Then the blast of a shofar rang out, piercing and strong. It grew louder and louder until the very heavens seemed to vibrate with its sound. The people trembled. Moshe led them forward to the base of the mountain, and the presence of Elohim covered the peak in fire. The smoke rose high, flames licking the heavens, the whole mountain quaking under his power. And then, from within the fire, from within the cloud, from within the trembling earth, the voice of Elohim spoke. "I am Yahuwah, your Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim, out of the house of slavery. You shall have no other mighty ones before me. You shall not make for yourself a carved image, nor any likeness of what is in the heavens above, or in the earth beneath, or in the waters under the earth. You shall not bow down to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahuwah, your Elohim, am a jealous Elohim, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me, but showing loving kindness to thousands of those who love me and guard my commands. You shall not take the name of Yahuwah, your Elohim, in vain, for Yahuwah does not leave unpunished the one who brings his name to ruin. Remember the Sabbath day, to set it apart. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work. But the seventh day is a Sabbath of Yahuwah your Elohim. You shall do no work, you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your servant, nor your livestock, nor the stranger who is within your gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested on the seventh day. Therefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and set it apart. Honor your father and your mother, so that your days may be long upon the land which Yahweh your Elohim is giving you. You shall not murder, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his servant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that belongs to your neighbor. The people stood in awe. Their hearts trembled within them, for they had heard the voice of Elohim. The mountains still smoked, the earth still shook beneath their feet. They drew back, afraid. Moshe, you speak to us and we will listen, they pleaded. But let not Elohim speak to us again, lest we die. Moshe reassured them. Do not be afraid. Elohim has come to test you, that his fear may be before you, so that you do not sin. But the people stood at a distance, while Moshe stepped forward into the darkness where Elohim was. Elohim gave Moshe more laws, instructions on how to live as a holy people, commands of justice and righteousness, laws of mercy and kindness. And then Elohim said, Behold, I am sending my messenger before you, to guard you on the way, and to bring you into the place which I have prepared. Listen to his voice, and do not rebel against him, for he does not bear with transgression, for my name is in him. When Moshe returned to the people, he told them all the words of Yahweh, and they answered again, All that Yahweh has spoken, we will do. So Moshe wrote down the words of the covenant, and early the next morning he built an altar at the foot of the mountain. He took the book of the covenant and read it aloud to the people. And again they said, All that Yahweh has spoken, we will do, and we will obey. Then Moshe went up the mountain again, and there, in the presence of the Most High, Elohim gave him 2 tablets of stone inscribed by his own hand. The covenant was sealed. The law was given. The people of Israel belonged to Elohim. But even as Moshe remained in the presence of Yahweh, down below something was stirring, for the hearts of the people were not yet fully turned toward him. Until next time, Laila Tov, little one, Shalom.